Hello students, today I want to show you that acids, bases and salts are not just limited to your chemistry lab only, but they are also present in our everyday life. So I have some simple everyday things on the table here. This one is tomato sauce, this is liquid soap, this is bar soap and here lemon, toothpaste, here some sugar, salt and last one is vinegar. Okay, let's discuss one by one. This is the tomato sauce. So as we know, the tomato sauce is made from tomatoes and tomato contains oxalic acid. It has sour taste. There is one more acid present in tomato, that is citric acid. As the tomato ripens, vitamin C decreases and oxalic acid increases. So I keep this tomato sauce here separately. Now what are the other acids present on the table? Yes, it's lemon. Lemon has sour taste. It contains citric acid. It is citrus fruit. So I keep it here. Now any other acid left on the table? Yes, that's right, vinegar. Vinegar has acetic acid present in it. So I keep it here separately. This is the acidic group. Now let's move to the bases. What are the bases? This is the liquid soap. This is the bar soap. Bar soap, these both contain bases. So as we know, the bar soap contains sodium hydroxide, that is base. And the liquid soap contains potassium hydroxide, that is also base. So I keep this basic group separately. I shifted them here. Now do you know this toothpaste also contains bases? So it's also base. I also shift it here. Now what are the salt present here? What are the salts? Only one salt, that is sodium chloride. It is the common salt that we use in a kitchen, in a food items. So we keep the salt separately. Now only one item is left on the table, that is sugar. So where should we keep sugar? In acidic group, in basic group or in salt? Actually sugar is neither acidic nor basis nor salt. It is neutral. So I let it be alone. We keep it alone. Right? Now the taste of acid is sour. Acids contain some citrus fruits contain citric acids like lemon, and the bases have bitter taste. So we can easily remember B for basis and B for bitter. Okay? Now let's move to another topic.
Now, I know one question is running in everyone's mind. How do we distinguish between acidic and basic substances? So tasting the substance is not the right choice. Each may be risky. So it is not advised to taste any unknown substance because you don't know the composition of every unknown substance. So now we are going to find out other ways which help us to distinguish between an acidic and basic substance, and that is indicator. So indicators are the substances which indicate whether a substance is acidic or basic in nature. Actually, they are nothing, but these are normal substances. They react differently with acid and react differently with basic substances. They react with both in different ways, right? So how these indicators behave when they come in contact with acidic or basic substance? Basically, they change their color when added to a particular substance, and that color indicates the nature of the substance. Now, some of the naturally occurring indicators are China rose, which is shown in the picture. China rose is also known as hibiscus. Then another natural indicator is litmus. Another one is turmeric, which you use in the kitchen in your food items. And in spite of the natural indicators, there are synthetic indicators also, and one is phenolphthalein. Right? Now let's discuss each one by one. First, we'll discuss about the litmus. Litmus is a mixture of naturally occurring dyes obtained from lichen. Lichen, I already explained in the first chapter, lichen show the symbiotic association between algae and fungi, right? And we get litmus from lichen. This litmus is a natural dye. See in the picture here, the litmus powder has been shown, and when this litmus powder is mixed with water, it becomes the litmus solution, and this litmus solution is soluble in water. So how this litmus behaves as an indicator? When this litmus solution is introduced with acid, it changes the color and the color becomes red. And when it introduced with base, it becomes blue in color. Okay. Now why this litmus used as indicator? Because it has the ability to change the color. When it is added in, it behaves differently when it is added in acidic solution and differently when it is added in basic solution. It turns red in acidic solution and turns blue in basic solution. Okay. But in neutral solution, it will become mauve color. Now, to make this process of testing more convenient, instead of using litmus solution, litmus paper are more commonly used. The most available litmus paper is red and blue as shown in the picture. Let us see how litmus paper behaves differently with acid and bases. See the picture. So when this litmus paper is put into the solution which is acidic, then what happens? The red here which is acidic, then the blue litmus paper turns red. See the picture. The tip of the paper which is dipped in the solution turns red. So when the blue litmus paper turns red, it means solution is acidic. Now come to the basic solution. So basic solution the litmus paper turns blue in basic solution. When the red litmus paper dipped in the basic solution, it turns blue, right? So always remember that in basic solution the color will change into blue, so we use red litmus paper here, and in acidic solution the color of the litmus paper turns red, so we use blue litmus paper here. Because if we use red litmus paper instead of blue litmus paper in acidic solution, then there will be no color change, right? Now you might ask what happens to neutral solution. So in the case of neutral solution, no change in color of red and blue litmus paper. The red remains red and blue remains blue. Okay, whether you put in acidic or basic solution. So the next natural indicator is turmeric. Turmeric is very common thing which is used in kitchen. So how the turmeric paper helps us to distinguish between acidic substances and basic substances. So turmeric paper remains yellow if we dipped that in acidic solution, and it turns red when dipped in basic solution. See the picture, first picture. The turmeric solution is dipped in basic solution and it turns red. And when we put the turmeric paper in acidic solution, it remains yellow. But what about the neutral solution? So in neutral solution, the turmeric paper remains yellow. So how we can distinguish between acidic and neutral solution, because the turmeric paper remains yellow in both the cases. So in that case, how we can test the turmeric strip which is dipped in the basic solution? We take out this strip and again we put this strip in the acidic solution. If the strip turns yellow, it means it is acidic solution, and the same strip we put in the neutral solution also. And if it remains red, it means the solution is neutral. Right? This is the way to distinguish between neutral and acidic solution. Now let's move to the next natural indicator, that is China rose indicator. How we can prepare the China rose indicator? We just take the petals of the China rose and keep the petals in warm water. After some time, the color of the solution gradually changes to light pink. That is the China rose indicator. Now how this indication how this indicator behave with acid and basic solution. This China rose indicator turned the acidic solution dark pink in color. See the picture? And basic solution, the China rose indicator turns basic solution green in color. Right? What about the neutral solution? The no change in color observed in the neutral solutions means there is no color change when the China rose indicator introduced in the neutral solution. No color change is there. So the next is phenolphthalein indicator. This is the synthetic indicator. So what happened in case of phenolphthalein indicator? The phenolphthalein indicator turns acidic solutions colorless and it gives pink color with basic solutions. Now let's summarize what we have learned. An indicator is defined as a substance which is used to test whether a substance is acidic or basic. Right? The solutions which do not change the color of an indicator are called neutral solutions and they are neither acidic nor basic in nature. The indicators that are found in nature are called natural indicators and the indicators which we prepare in the lab are called synthetic indicators. So the litmus is the most commonly used natural indicators. Thank you and stay safe.